It's time for Artist Direct on KDEC FM 100.5, your local connection to the music scene. Today's program is made possible by Holstrom Jewelers, Elm Street, Cresco.
And that's not gonna change, but things look grim when I'm watching you watch him. I give you the best a man can hope to give, but I'm not feeling brave, chances are slim when I'm watching you watch him. Oh, what is left to learn when he would let you crash and burn? He never gives attention, but you still yearn. Where do I fit in when I'm watching you watch him? God only knows why I still wait around. Cry, and I need you, but there are things I cannot do, and I want you when he's playing all his games, and it gets hard to tell who's the victim when I'm watching you watch him. Do I fit in when I'm watching you watch him? God only knows why I still wait around, except I hate to see you cry. And I need you, but there are things I cannot do, and I love you like a broken record plays. But I'm a window pane, a phantom limb when I'm watching you watch him. When I'm watching you watch him. When I'm watching you watch him.
It's Artist Direct here on FM 100.5, brought to you today, as always, by the great folks at Holstrom Jewelers on Elm Street in Cresco, supporting live local music, which we really appreciate. And there's going to be some live and extremely local music happening tonight at the Luther College CFL. Eric Hutchinson is going to be performing tonight in Decorah, and I'm cornily pleased as punch, I guess, to have Eric on the phone with me right now. Eric, good morning.
Good morning. How are you?
I'm great, and I'm just thrilled that you took this time. I know you are busy, you're running around, and morning's not the perfect thing for a musician, but I appreciate it.
Yeah, no, I'm glad to do it, and I'm excited to be coming to Decorah.
Well, it's going to be a great show. We're thrilled. And I have to say, we started with your new single, which we've been playing for a little while now, Watching You Watch Him, which I believe that album is, the single's coming out here on the 7th, but the album's going to come out in April. Will you be playing that tonight for us?
Yeah, I'm going to be playing a bunch of the new stuff and, of course, a bunch of stuff off the first album, Sounds Like This. And it's going to be a fun show. It's a duo show. It's myself and my keyboard player, and I always have a lot of fun doing that because I started off solo acoustic and now I've got a full band, but I like doing the shows where I get to kind of reconnect with the roots, and I think it's fun for the crowd too.
That's really cool. I have to ask you about the song "Watching You Watch Him," because number one, it's great lyrics. It's just a fantastic story. Is this something that you just developed because you thought it was an interesting idea, or is this something that you were experiencing?
I mean, I think everybody's had that feeling at some point in a relationship or a friend or something where you just feel like you're getting the short end of the stick, you know, and you know, I've been really happy to see how people respond to it. And I kind of joke that it's a happy, sad song, you know, because I think if you just are casually listening to it, you don't necessarily know. But, you know, the lyrics there's some pain in there for sure.
It's exactly right. And I think that's one of maybe the interesting beauties of the song is it's painful, but not in a painful way.
Well, I mean, not to compare myself to them, but, you know, maybe my all-time favorite band is the Beatles, and they always did a great job of, you know, having something to say, but still saying it in an upbeat way or something. So it's definitely one of the people I try to mold myself after.
It's kind of cool. I was reading some information about you, checking out some interviews and things that have been done. And at one point, I read something about how you just wanted to play. You weren't really interested in taking lessons and learning, you know, like Turkey in the Straw and things like that on an instrument. And so you instead just sort of played on your own. And I thought that was fascinating in relation to the fact that you are offering free sheet music for Watching You Watch Him on your website. Do you do this on purpose to get people to just try playing?
Yeah, I mean, I think it's, I wish when I was first starting off that there had been more, you know, emphasis on playing what you want to play. You know, I think for most people, music is something they do to get away from stuff and just to enjoy. And, you know, and I still do that too. You know, I'll get out the book and play some of my favorite songs, you know, for some friends or at the beach or something. And so, yeah, I mean, I'm hoping that people like the song enough that they want to learn how to play it and just have fun with it.
I think that's kind of cool. I'm just picturing you on the beach with the Beatles cheat book.
That's exactly what I did this summer.
That's just fantastic. I feel like somehow we've just shared something. It's actually kind of cool to hear that there are artists out there performing that also just, you know, like sitting down and playing other people's music.
Well, I mean, that's what I did from the beginning, you know, so I've really tried to kind of maintain those roots. And, I mean, in the beginning I played other stuff, and then, you know, I didn't play guitar well enough to play a lot of things, so it was part of why I started just playing my own music. And, you know, I'd learn a new chord and try to implement that right away.
I have to ask you, we are a AAA station. We play your kind of music. And yet I know that you did a whole tour opening for Kelly Clarkson.
Yeah.
And so that is, you know, a realm that is obviously just huge in terms of people that know American Idol and everything that Kelly Clarkson's doing. How was that for you? What was that? What kind of an experience was that like for you?
I mean, I had a really good time. Kelly is really, really great. She's become a friend of mine now, and her band was really great. And, I mean, it was really, you know, I toured with her off and on for about 6 months. We did the whole country. We did state fairs. We did Australia together. And it was a really cool experience. And, you know, I was just kind of happy to get my music out to some potential new fans. So.
Absolutely. And speaking of potential new fans, I know that those of us that enjoyed the movie Sisterhood of the Traveling Pants, which is probably most of my female listeners here, you were actually featured in the second movie. Your song "Rock and Roll" was there. Was that a surprise to you?
Yeah, it was really cool. I mean, if you can believe it, though, I actually have never seen the movie, but wait, fan of it. So.
Wait, you didn't go rent it after you heard your song was in it?
I hear my song plenty.
Wow,
but I was
that's
really
how you know you're famous.
And, you know, definitely got a lot of new people, you know, come out to the shows and say that's how they heard about it. So, I mean, in today's world, I make music I believe in, and I love to use all avenues I can to kind of get other people excited about it.
We're talking again with Eric Hutchinson here on Artist Direct. Eric will be performing tonight at the Center for Faith and Life at Luther College. I have to ask you, in terms of moments in your career, so is there a single most sort of life-changing moment in your career where you went from being the guy that plays the Beatles cheat book to being the guy that is now on his tour doing his own music, and wow, look at how that happened so quickly?
I mean, it's kind of all been a blur. I mean, one moment that definitely felt like, wow, when did this happen? You know, was the first time we played The Tonight Show. And that was before all of the Conan and Jay Leno, controversy and stuff. But we played it with Jay Leno, and it felt very real, and it felt like all the stuff I'd always dreamed about, and I was kind of like, how did this happen? And it's still, we played a lot of the TV shows. I always loved doing that stuff, and I'm still always, those days are always really fun for me.
What was that like, walking backstage at the Tonight Show for the first time? Did you feel the weightiness of it?
Yeah, it's really cool. They've got, the walls are all signed by people that have done it, and I got to talk to Jay for a little bit. We actually went to the same college,
no way.
Emerson College in Boston, so
yeah.
We chatted about that for a minute, and, it was, Kate Hudson was on, and, it was just, it was crazy, and fun, really fun.
Did you, in fact, sign the wall then?
I can't remember. I must have, but I don't actually remember.
It's all a blur. Well, you'll just have to go back again and make sure your name's up there.
Yeah, exactly.
So I know that you have really toured across much of North America, and you've been with everyone from like Joe Jackson and Jason Mraz to folks like Matt Nathanson and Jonathan Brooke and Carrie Brothers and a whole bunch of folks.
Yeah.
What's been, if there is one, what's been your most interesting or favorite tour?
I had a really good time with the guys from OAR.
Yeah.
We did a run together, and they're actually I'm from Maryland originally, and they're from a neighboring town, and we just kind of hit it off. They're real laid back guys, and the fans really got along well, and that was really fun. And also, G-Love and Special Sauce was a band that I grew up loving, and go see them all the time, and I eventually got to tour with them, and would come out and sing a song with them at the show and stuff that I used to play at the open mics and things like that. And so that was really cool. And G's been really nice to me and supportive of my music and stuff. So
that's pretty cool. So
cool.
Living or dead, what's your dream sort of shared billboard? You and who?
I don't know. I don't always feel like I have to force myself onto other people's music, but a band that I would like to do a show with is the Zac Brown Band. I think they've got a really cool thing going live, and I think it'd be fun to play for their crowd.
I hate to say, I watched a whole show on Home and Garden Television. I'm so embarrassed, or maybe it was some other, about people and their tour buses. And Zac Brown's tour bus was super cool, and you can record right in it.
Nice.
Just saying.
Well, I guess that makes sense, though. The thing is, you spend so much time on the bus that you want to make it as homey as possible. So I get that stuff. I know he also does like grilling and stuff like that. And
yeah, they have a whole the meet and greet that also was in the show. I'm obviously watching too much television now that I finally got cable. Again, we're talking with Eric Hutchinson here on Artist Direct FM 100.5. Again, Eric, you'll be performing tonight at the Center for Faith and Life at Luther College. And what can we expect? What should we come out and be ready for?
My whole philosophy with the show is that it's 50% me, 50% audience. I don't personally like going to see shows where the guy on stage just ignores me, and so to me, it's really, I try and get people involved, dancing, singing, clapping along. That's, to me, the best is when a crowd is singing the whole time with me. I love that stuff, and that's the kind of music I try to make, is to sing along. So,
well, that's pretty cool. Be careful. You are at Luther College, the home
I heard
of
it's
people
a very intense music program.
Yeah, I was going to say, you may get, can we do 7-part harmonies? You probably will get them. In any
I would love that.
And it's also Decora, and I've said this once and I'll say it again, but when Decorans start dancing, enjoy yourself. You'll get a good show. It's a fun town. Again, tonight, let me just give out information here. You can get your tickets by contacting the Luther College box office or just go online to centerstage.luther.edu. Show starts 7 o'clock. The doors open at 6:30. They're just $15. And again, it's online at boxoffice.luther.edu. And we want to thank all of the students at the Student Activities Council Concert Committee for making sure that we keep getting these cool concerts into town. We really appreciate it. Now, before I let you go, we've played the new single, Watching You, Watch Him. And I thought it would be fun to go back and play one of the other songs that folks may be even more familiar with. I happen to be just a little bit obsessed with with "Okay, It's All Right with Me." It's just such a great sound, And I'd like to, so when you wrote that one, what were you doing? What was the process? You just sitting around?
I was sitting, at the time I was living with my parents still, and
Nice.
I was, my parents would leave for work, and I would just sit at the piano that I grew up playing and wrote a bunch of songs, and that one's kind of just, about, I was traveling a lot and kind of trying to hold on to a moment and just kind of enjoy it, even though it's not going to last forever.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, gosh, we're thrilled that you spent the time with us this morning here, got up early and did it, and that you'll be here tonight. Thanks again for your music.
Thank you. Appreciate you having me.
You bet. It's Eric Hutchinson again here on Artist Direct FM 100.5, and we leave him for now. We'll catch him again tonight, but here it is with Okay, It's All Right With Me, Eric Hutchinson on FM 100.5.
Okay, it's all right with me. Some things are just meant to be. It never comes easily, and when it does, I'm already gone. I'm practically never still, more likely to move until I end up alone at will. My life continues inching along. When Bernadette comes, I get lost on her time. She's much too sweet, and she's always gonna be. And when I return to her arms and her eyes, it might not be the same, but it's alright with me. Okay, it's alright with me. Some people are scared to see what's happening frequently, but I would never shy from a fight. Heartbeat with a high demand, often will go hand in hand, but I'm sick of just sorting plans. I wanna spend the rest of my life. When Bernadette comes, I get lost on her time. She's much too sweet, and she's always gonna be. And when I return to her arms and her eyes, it might not be the same, but it's alright with me. It's alright with me. It's alright with me. It's alright with me. Okay, it's alright with me. Oh, it's alright with me. Oh, it's alright with me. Okay, it's alright with me. Okay, it's alright with me. Some things are just meant to be. It never comes easily, and when it does, I'm already gone.
Thank you for listening to Artist Direct, presented by Holstrom Jewelers, Elm Street, Cresco. Catch Artist Direct again next week, right here on FM 100.5 KDEC.